Hi everybody, my name is Allison Sands and I'm a product developer at Evergreen for wall art. Wall art happens to be my favorite category. I've always been crazy about wall art, and in fact, a little something you don't know about me is that I worked for several years in one of the largest museums in the world, and during my lunch hour I got to gallivant around the museum and go look at beautiful art. We're standing here, right in front of a really beautiful display of some of our 100 pieces of wall art that we're offering as new for the summer of 2025. We look at sales history. We look at what we've done over the last 5 years. We've looked at popular icons. We've looked at piece types. We've looked at materials, different countries. And also, and very importantly, is we see what's going on now out in the marketplace and now within Evergreen. One of the very good selling trends and piece types and programs that we have right now is this Pastels of Nature, this whole program that we're doing out of India that is a collection of all sorts of home products and planters and vases. We worked very closely in India with our suppliers, knowing that we were doing certain trends and certain patterns, and said, okay, what could go in the background that you could sell all together? And one of the big wow statements that we are doing are these two pieces here from India, which are embroidered. And when you get very close up to the art, you'll see that the edges of the butterflies are embroidered and embellished with ribbon and with chenille. And in fact, some of the piece types here on the larger butterfly wall decor are not detachable, but almost three-dimensional. So it's a separate piece on the board. They're also framed with mango wood, which is a very classy wood, and it's heavy, and it lasts for a lifetime. And of course, we are considering all different price points at the same time. So whereas this embroidered art maybe on the more expensive side of what we're offering at Evergreen, we also take into mind every price point. And so we have here some small hand-painted wooden wall art that is at our opening price points. And not only does this, this coordinates with some of the trends we're selling now, but it coordinates with our #1 planter program. And I'm just gonna take an example right now of this planter from our large program. And this is from the same factory. So it sort of has that same aesthetic. We always take into consideration that you may not be just all about flowers, and so the birds are quite as important as the flowers as well. For a couple of years, and it's still going strong, and our sales show is we are selling a program of dried flowers, and they're small, dainty flowers. They've got brass frames and little chains, and no two pieces are alike. They're really doing well. They can go anywhere in a small hall space, in a child's room, in a powder room. They just really can go in any space. And there's a piece type here that I want to bring focus to, and this is another piece out of India that in person we've had a lot of interest for. This green piece of wall art is embroidered, and if you can see the detail, it's got teeny tiny green seed beading around the corners. It shows part of the veins of the flowers with pink beads and green beads. So if we climb up our wall right now and look at the mushrooms as well as the flowers, these are done, think of an old-fashioned, someone sewing, and they're sewing on linen. And they're sewing beads into basically a round linen piece of fabric, and then they're framing it with round hoops. So they're wooden hoops, and they have this dainty chain on the top, and they're very sparkly and three-dimensional when you see them in person. Another item that in person is really dynamic is we have a collection of round. They look like plates. They look like they could be decorative plates on a wall. There's blue, peach, and yellow. They look like debossed plates, for lack of a better word, and they're painted on the particular flowers and greenery. One of the coolest pieces that we've brought in quite some time It is a collection of ceramic flowers. We have a set of 4 different flowers. And I'm going to show you here so you can really see the dimensionality of the flowers. They're done on square, it looks like a square tile. They have a beautiful like hook in the back. You can actually put these either directly on a wall or in a shadow box with a frame. This is elegant. This can go in any corner, any small space, just multiple colors, all, or just do them in all white. On our wall, you'll see 2 vertical pieces of art, and they're white flowers that go like top to bottom. They're rather long. They're on MDF board with these beautiful natural colors that can fit into anyone's environment. And everybody's got that weird space that they don't know what to fill with. And because Evergreen is all about color, well, this might be color, but we are all about flowers, and this really adds some dimensionality, and it's really different. We all know Evergreen is all about butterflies, but we also have different ways we've treated our art. And from afar, one might not be able to tell what this is. One might think that this is metal. This is all paper, 3-dimensional butterflies here. Everything here is craft. The frames are craft. Nothing is wood here. And we have, you know, quite an assortment of like items like this that when you get up close, they're really, you know, interesting and unusual gift types. To show you another piece of art that is similar, that we've done the craft paper and the hand-painted trees, which is up on our wall. Sort of looks like when you're taking a tiny gold pen, a little teeny like gold Sharpie. It's this all hand-painted paper, and again, the frame is all paper. Our mushroom wall art mirrors what we've been doing in serveware that we've had a lot of success with over the last few years. I'm going to move over here right now to a section that we've designated for country and horses and western and some landscapes. And on the very top here of our display, we have what we call wall signs that were all designed by our Evergreen in-house. They're mixed material, laser cut metal and wood, and they're a little bit more substantial signs that you can put above your door or on the side of your house that are bigger and heftier than our traditional metal signs. Next down is a grouping of horses. Horses have always done well for the Evergreen consumer. And this particular artist here, who we've partnered with for many years, is Kara Walker, as many of you know, is a very famous photographer that photographs wild horses. So we have here the large statement pieces and then the fun giftable pieces for those that just want that quick register pickup, and we think that they're magnificent. The third grouping here is a group of animals, bison, cow, and horse, and a bear, and they are all wood. It's just painted on wood, wood frame. I guess the backing is MDF, but we've poured through hundreds and hundreds of images of animals and think that these were the, you know, the nicest of the bunch. There's more of this on Evergreen, my Evergreen online, and we've got landscapes of America, and I really encourage you to look at our wide assortment. And lastly, I want to talk about a very large statement wall we have. And there are a couple pieces that I want to mention. So way up top, on the top right, we have a sun, and I want everybody to realize this, that the face is made out of glass, and then the side is metal. Also, for that wonderful price point, we have small metal items from India that are all 3-dimensional and hand-painted, and these are really, you know, spectacularly priced. In the middle of our wall here, we have a statement, statements really of this hand-painted or hand-finished painted canvas that's framed of all these novelty animals. We have a macrame piece here that's large. It's 24 by 24 inch square. We've done something similar to this before, but this time our piece type is priced much sharper than it has been in the past, and it's thick, and it's really, you know, a statement piece, and I encourage you to look for that. Customer macrame fits into any theme. Lastly, this is really the pièce, I'm going to say the pièce de résistance, but it's really a whole wall. Evergreen is known for color. Evergreen's known for its whimsical butterflies and dragonflies, and we really went to town here, offering you every price point, predominantly metal and glass, you'll see closer details of the butterfly. This is filigree and laser cut, and it's all three-dimensional, and you'll see the wings just point outward. This is tracking very well, but if you see it in person, you'll understand why, and this is really important. Some of our items are LED, and this dragonfly on the wall really looks fantastic, and this guy can go outside on a wall. Every single one of our butterflies is completely different from one another, so there's really something for everybody and different price points. This purple butterfly, which we don't typically really hone in on, is hand painted, and you see all the texture on the outside. And some of our wall art comes from Bali. It's a little bit different if you look at the finish and touch. And this very colorful rainbow butterfly is one from Indonesia. At the very, very top, we have a very large, oversized butterfly made of metal. And the whole inside and the coloration is from mosaic glass that's done to look like a butterfly. So, right next to this butterfly wall, we have one of our top sellers from last year, our magnetic butterflies and cage. And of course, if you've gone in and had success with this, like, why not go in and go out with a bang with something that coordinates really well, and you know that all of your accounts are gonna love this, because this is really what we're known for. So thank you for listening, and happy selling, and have a great day.